Yo dudes and dudettes, your friendly neighborhood JaxBlade is back with another video for y'all today. And today's video is actually something I got on Twitter. It was asked to me, and you can follow me on my Twitter at JaxBlade Fitness. I'm constantly active there. Like you can see like all the stuff I'm working on and stuff like that. Because I'm also doing this video too because I'm working on a massive TMNT video. I've said it like countless times of like massive comprehension video of the 1987, 2003, 2012, and Rise of the TMNT series was just finished up. And I'm also doing my Goku Tough Like the Tunes, and I'm working on both of them back to back. They're both massive projects, so it's like a bit tiring, and then YouTube's just going to be the biggest enemy in the world if I freaking just like don't upload for like 3 weeks just working on both these, because I really want them to be super good. So yeah, I thought this was a fun question just in general because I enjoy answering questions like these. I absolutely love it. And then also, you know, just help with that algorithm, you know. But yeah, let's get right to the question. And this question comes from Kurai87, or Shigo is my goddess on Twitter, and it said, "Hey JaxBlade, something I've always wondered, Sensei, and wanted to ask you. I know you talked about weighted clothing before, but who do you think has a better, more effective weighted clothing, Rock Lee or Goku?" And I absolutely love this question because it's one of those questions that like I've always thought about, but I've never done it because these are two of my favorite fictional characters of all time, like such massive inspirations, and like one of the reasons I've actually experimented with weighted clothing so much over the years. So I love this. I absolutely love this question. So I figured like we can break it down and look at like, you know, look at how their weighted clothing is for both of them, and then like see which is better in the series and which is better in real life, you know, just see like how that would go, because I just think this is like a fun little topic to talk about. But let's look at Goku's weighted clothing. So pretty much it consists of a weighted shirt, which I guess would be the equivalent of a weight vest. Shame we don't have weighted shirts like that, but yeah, that's what he has, a weight vest on. And then he also has weighted wristbands and weighted shoes, all of which are very real things, though they're not as like discreet as Goku's are. Like if you look at real life weighted wristbands, stuff like that, it's just pretty much just like strapping ankle weights to your arms or something like that. It just like, it looks like you have like a little Gatling gun around your wrist. And with Rock Lee's weights, it's just those iconic, you know, just play the scene. See those right there. There you go. Like they're just those ankle weights, insane ankle weights. So first off, let's look at which would be better in real life for just training in general. Now, I've gone in depth talking about this before and would that work out, but just to compare both like near each other, I would honestly say like, first off, like let's look at it. All right, so if you have a weight vest on in your training, I think that's incredibly beneficial for like if you're trying to increase your stamina. Like I used to do this in like boxing. As a matter of fact, a ton of like MMA fighters do this too, where they wear weight vests during their training just to help them like build up conditioning and stamina, and then also like feel heavier. So when they remove it, they're lighter on their feet, so they can just you know, just go at you like that. So it is very beneficial in that regard. Now, when you start adding stuff to the extremities, like, you know, weighted wristbands, weighted shoes and stuff like that, that's where as a personal trainer, I'm just like, okay, I'm not feeling this, like, because the thing about weighted wristbands and weighted shoes and stuff like that, like while you may think like, okay, this is gonna help me burn more calories and do this, the calorie burn is very minimal comparatively, and also is just a bigger way to get injured, I found for myself, like in other clients and just various people over the years. Like that's why I always am telling people be very careful, because like if you're punching, right, you're punching with like wristbands on, like if you fully extend your arm when you're punching, like what you're supposed to do when you're just like going around like doing all that stuff, quick jabs, you can like start to tear down like on the joints of the arm, and you'll start feel like such sharp pain there if you continually keep doing it. Trust me, I know from experience. I've had so many injuries over the years. Thankfully, yoga is medicine. Do yoga every day if you can. But yeah, it is such a thing that I just say the cons outweigh the pros in my opinion. Like as a matter of fact, I think like the best way to go about it would probably be to use either like very light dumbbells to do that, or to use those, I don't know, I think I saw like an ad for something called like egg weights or some weights or something like that. They're like, you fit in the palm and then you use them like that. But I honestly don't suggest putting like just stuff around your wrists like that and just walking around, unless you're walking around in that stuff. Like there's a few reasons why I'm just not interested in doing like the weighted shoe thing again, because first off, for me, I found out for myself that I just my heels start to hurt really bad because they're not flexible. Like they're not like a thing where you can just like move your foot very fluidly, and when you're walking it's very uncomfortable. Like they feel very uncomfortable like until you try to walk, and it doesn't let you flex your foot properly. So if you're trying to like run or do sprints in them, like you can't do like the, you know, the galloping motion with your feet when you're doing those weighted shoe things. So I don't like that aspect of them at all. Also, like, I think there are just better ways to go about doing it. Like, for instance, if you want to run in weighted clothing, I would highly suggest using a weight vest and running up a hill if you're doing something like that, or doing a sandbag run, or like something where you have a tire behind you and you pull that and you drag it, or anything like that. Like, I feel like those are just easier on the body, because like if you have just like heavy legs like that, it feels unnatural. So that's why I want to go over to like the Rock Lee portion of his ankle weights. Now, ankle weights I think are really like fun for like various things. If you have them very light, they can like help you with like certain stuff in martial arts, I found. But again, like if you fully extend your kick, you can like throw out your knee and do it. Like, trust me, I've done this many times. I've hurt myself many times. Like this, I actually brought this up in my Would That Work Out video. This one time, I was so obsessed with wearing ankle weights in high school because of that Rock Lee scene. I like would wear them for like a week straight, but then like one day my feet start hurting so bad, I had to get taken home by my parents because like my feet just like started hurting so incredibly bad I couldn't walk properly. And then like my parents were like, what the heck do you do to yourself? So I don't recommend like wearing ankle weights the way Rock Lee wears them, because I think like it's just it has some benefits if you're like, you know, going around practicing your kicks just to help you increase like speed and power. But again, like you're doing those slow, you're not trying to just go like, because if you keep trying to kick like, you know, just massively fast with heavy ankle weights, and especially if you're not warmed up or just not flexible, like even if you can do like 100 in a row and be fine, I still feel like that's just playing on borrowed time. Like it's just something's gonna go wrong, and then you're gonna have like a knee pain or something like that, or something's gonna start getting injured, and then you can't train as much, and so now you're like taking yourself back because you're trying to step yourself forward. So in my opinion, I am not for ankle weights in that regard. So in that case, I would say Goku definitely has the advantage over Rock Lee with his weighted clothing, because it is like just pretty much a weight vest and just other stuff. Now, like of course, if he takes off like, you know, the gauntlets, like his wristbands and his weighted shoes, then yeah, I think that is a great way to go about it. Now, should you wear a weight vest every single day? In my opinion, it's not as beneficial as you would think. Like some people think like, oh, I would do this, but I feel like it like starts adding up on you negatively more than positively. Like you won't get like a net gain of positive results for yourself. You get more of a negative thing of like, oh, I'm starting to notice like all these imbalances, or if I try to go running, it's easier to fall, it's easier for me to get like pains and aches over, because like the weight vest is shifting all these different places, so it's not like all in one area because I have to constantly move it around. So in my opinion, weight vests are great for just, you know, strength training. So like explains why Goku's so freaking jacked, because he's always doing like handstands and all that stuff in his weight clothing. So it makes sense to do his style of training in weighted clothing, because he's working out and he's doing all that stuff. So that makes a ton of sense. But like trying to do it for martial arts practice consistently, or trying to run in it or do extra cardio in that, I would say is absolutely no good. So honestly, I would say Goku's weighted clothing would be more effective realistically if you took away the wristbands and the weighted shoes. Like I honestly would say that, because like, you know, a weight vest is very beneficial to people when they're training. And Rock Lee's weights, while they do look very badass,
totally cool,
like just actually having those, like it would just, because we don't have like superpowers yet, it would just be more of a hindrance than benefit to you. And then I know some people might comment, well, I did it, I have the most basic powers and kicks and my powers and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, cool, man, cool, that's all right, dude, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm just saying, like, be careful. Make sure you do your yoga, and again, like don't spam it so much, because like again, on this channel I'm very much about promoting health and safety and wellness and longevity. Like I want you to, you know, be healthy, fit, and strong, and also look it, but not like do anything that's going to damage you and prevent yourself, because I've been there, it's no fun. But if you want to talk about which is better in the series, oh damn, like I honestly would probably give it to Goku as well, because like, well, his speed was just like so and freaking insane when you like compare it. Like even when he had a turtle shell on, like think about this for a second. Like let's just use Krillin by comparison. You have Krillin, a human being who, well, he's not no normal human being. He was like sprinting through like forest, knocking out tigers and doing all this other crazy stuff at like age 13. So that is just absolutely insane. And then like he did this training with Master Roshi in a weight vest and was able to like move incredibly fast, have this whole complicated fight within the blink of an eye, and like do all this other stuff. Like Rock Lee's weights are great for him and they make him a beast, but like if you comparatively like see it, like, okay, for example, I always tell people this, like if an artist draws something and makes it look a lot more impressive, it can make people think, oh, that feat is stronger than someone else's feat. So for example, when Rock Lee takes his weights off, all right, he's moving and then he's pretty much like he's blipping in and out, blipping in and out, blipping in and out. But then like, you know, that same thing happened with Goku and Krillin like numerous times when they were doing their stuff, like the after image technique. Like Goku was doing that at age 12 too. So honestly, again, like even, and then when Goku actually took off his weights as an adult, when he was fighting like Piccolo Jr. at the 23rd tournament, he was making like tornadoes and moving so fast, and like making Tien, who has like freaking god eyesight, like quote unquote god eyesight, and then freaking Kami, who was quote unquote god at the time, have these like things where he's like, oh my god, I can't even see him with my godly eyes. So I would say, yeah, Goku's weighted clothing would be far superior to Rock Lee's weighted clothing in just the series as well. Like I love Rock Lee to death. Like don't think this is like me taking shade at Rock Lee. I love Rock Lee. I adore Rock Lee. That scene is iconic. That scene is so iconic where he drops the weights. But like again, like if you're asking me which was better in the series, like from a narrative perspective of like, oh, it was more effective, then I would say Goku's by a large margin. But yeah, Rock Lee is a goat still, Goku's a goat still, and yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a comment down below if you made it this far in the video. Type in Goku Lee goats, because like hashtag Goku Lee goats, just because I want to see who made it this far in the video. And yeah, be sure to hit that bell icon and subscribe. I'm gonna be uploading a few more videos in between because I'm really working super hard on this TMNT video because I want it to be really good, and then I'm also working really hard on this Goku video too. And so like these little quote unquote filler or padding videos are just like things that I'm having fun with, but also just helping. And then of course, just leave a comment down below. It helps me so much. It really does. Thank you all so much for watching, and hope you enjoy and hope you have a great rest of your week. So keep calm, booyah on, and don't forget, Momentai, train hard.